Hello, YouTube friends. I'm back. Today I want to talk about the OP-Z, OP-Z, whatever you want to call it. This is my first impression of the OP-Z, and I want to talk about the differences between the OP-Z and the OP-1 and the Digitakt, and why I love this little machine. I think more than the OP-1, yes. So I will explain that. Okay, here we go. First of all, I think every video on YouTube about the OP-Z says the same thing, but yes, it's tiny. It's like, I heard it in every video, but it really is tiny. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about it, because I had the OP-1 and one of its main benefits was that you can just take it anywhere and just make music with it. This is the same thing, and I will explain some differences between the OP-Z and the OP-1 in a minute. But yeah, going to work with a 20-minute train trip is becoming a really joyful period now, because it's really fun to just grab your OP-Z and just make a little jam. Basically all the jams you're gonna hear in this video I made in that 20-minute train ride. So you can really sketch an idea out really fast with this thing. The main difference between the OP-1 and the OP-Z is that the way you record stuff on the OP-1 is audio based, so you have like a sequencer and you just record it on the 4-track tape. It's pretty linear, so if you make audio, it's fixed. And that's not the way I make music normally. The OP-Z, on the other hand, is a MIDI device, so it records in MIDI, so all the tracks are MIDI based. So the main difference in the way I make music is I create loops and I create sounds with tails, like long releases and stuff. So if I mute a track, then the tail will end up and flow over into another pattern or into the loop. If you record audio, you have to make that decision up front. It's a really linear process. I think Red Means Recording is like a good example of how you should do it. So he's recording all these audio parts with the tail and then combine it, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the way I make music. So for me, that was really hard to get into that workflow. But this little machine actually is more of how I like to make music. That's why I have the Digitakt as well, because it's also MIDI based. The one thing when I sold the OP-1 that I really missed was like a polyphonic sample player. The Digitakt can do it with the RK002 MIDI cable, but it's quite a hassle to get it working. I just want to load in a sample and play it like polyphonically. And I just missed that in my general small studio setup. In my bigger studio, I have a few samplers that do that, but in my small setup that I often use with the Digitakt and stuff, I missed that quite a bit. So the OP-Z came around and I was really happy to try that out. And I think it will fulfill my needs with that. I still haven't put in my own samples. That will be like a next video to really customize it and see what it can do. But it looks promising because I really like the sequence. I really like the intuitive interface, how it works, and yeah, I think I can have a lot of fun with this. So the other thing that I really missed about the OP-1 was the sound. It has a really specific sound, but there's something about the converters or the internal processing of Teenage Engineering, which they do really well, and it makes beats in particular really punchy and yeah, I don't know. I can't really explain it, but it gives me the feeling of like the old classic samplers of punch and grit. Even the pocket operators have that quality in them. So, and I'm really glad to say that the OP-Z also has that punch, that boom. And the punch and the grit and the sound is what also sets it apart from the Digitakt, because the Digitakt is what I explained in another video as well, is more hi-fi. This is more lo-fi, gritty, punchier. The effects for my taste, I don't know, the delay is good, but the reverb and stuff is, yeah, it has its own style, but it's not my style. So I think I will use effects outside of the OPZ. I'm using the term OPZ and OPZ right across the level. So what I'm really curious about is when I'm loading all the 8 audio tracks with my own custom samples, and how will they perform then, and can I use it really to make it, customize and make it my own and getting my own sound out of it. And if you want to load in your own samples, you have to be aware that the first 4 tracks are beat tracks, is the way I call it. And you can load in short samples, or not per se short, but you have 12 samples which you can chop and repeat. And every track has 2-note polyphony. And so I will try to be creative with that. Also, you can loop like short samples, and I'm gonna see if I can make cool use of that. And the 4 melodic tracks, so the bass, the lead, the arpeggio, and the chord, they can have like the samples from the OP-1, but I think it has limitations, because it has a 6-second limit, so I don't think you have like repeats and stuff, but I have to check that out because I haven't found it online yet, and see how useful that is for example, like really long pads and ambient stuff. So I'm gonna test that and see what it does. And what I really like about the OP-1 and the OPZ compared to the Digitone and the Digitakt is that you have a 2-octave keyboard. Because, I find it really annoying that you only have 1 octave to play with on the Elektron machines, because it's too much hassle to switch sometimes if you want to go down an octave and up again. And so having 2 octaves is a lot more flexible. So I hope you found this useful. I will make more videos of it, especially when I load in all my own samples in it and see what the possibilities and the limitations are. And just some random music I'm gonna put online as well. Also check out my Instagram for the shorter jam, and I will now showcase some more sounds. And the battery is dead. Talking about timing, I have to recharge it. That one actually faster than I thought. It's like fully charged in an hour. Something like that. Fully charged. So let's listen to some short jams with only the stock sounds. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.